It's fine.
Let's go.
I was going to say, who's our fact checker over here?
All I know is the record after text message.
After text message.
Post text
What
message.
is everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. Let's go. There was a guest air horn.
Guest air horn.
Spencer, unbelievable. Very good. Bring it up
air
to vibes. Nuggets get the win. 117-106. Kind of a dominant start. Dominant finish. The middle was a little whatever. Who cares?
It was a shit sandwich, Adam.
It's really what it was. That was a shit sandwich, but somehow I'm happy to talk about it with the fellas. Harrison Wynn's in the building.
What a Friday night at the bar. Great crowd, great vibes, and a great Nuggets win.
Vibes are really high.
Aside from the food we ordered mid-game.
Dude, I was going to say, don't steal it.
That could be segment 3.
The man whose food, who got ripped off by KFC. It's D-Line Go.
Dude, I literally got cheated on a pizza.
I'm so pissed about that still.
We ordered pizza from KFC, and it came untopped.
It was just a chicken. They just gave a chicken. It was unbelievable.
It would be the equivalent of ordering a Pizza Hut pizza and just getting a crust.
A bread.
I know.
Only the bread comes.
Tough.
How
really
did that
tough.
happen there?
And then over there, Superstar Dev.
The air horn was Spencer Hayes. Go on Twitter and add Spencer Hayes.
It's time to make Spencer a character in the Nuggets universe.
Not an incredible,
character for sure.
not an incredible air horn. Vote
Whatever.
still is the champion of air horns.
That's
but
true.
Second best. Go and add her.
It was a little worse than Vlatko's, though.
She's
so
real. Oh yeah.
I'd say third best air horn.
It's actually a great
best air
point.
horn.
Yeah,
Man, we gotta
Vlatko's
get
was pretty
Vlatko
good.
back on the show, man. Come on.
Just to do the air horn.
Just to do the air horn.
At minimum.
We are presented as always by Bet365. How do we do tonight, Dev?
I think we did good. I don't remember.
We didn't get our last stint, so that hurt.
That is true. It was too dominant. I will tell you one bet that hit. It was my bet. Christian Braun, 6.5 points.
Your bet.
I knew we were going to Braun Taun tonight, folks.
You know which bet didn't hit?
What's that?
Jamal Murray. Anything.
Jamal. Jamal, yeah, we'll get into that. All right, let's give a fast breakdown. This game was a dominant game from the Nuggets early on, so I stopped taking notes, then I got close. So these notes aren't the best. Wemby blocked Jokic. First play of the game. Do you guys remember?
Yep.
Really set the tone.
I know.
Well, you're right. This one not necessarily indicative of the story. But shortly after that, the Nuggets went on a 17-2 run in the first quarter, opened up a 15-point lead, and then Jokic just started dominating. I almost feel like, Jokic got his shot blocked, kind of got pissed about it, and was like, all right, I got to make sure people don't think this was tough. I just messed up.
He couldn't believe that it got blocked. That's why.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? I'm about to embarrass him back.
Yep, and he did, man. He went dominant. Nuggets had 11 assists in the first quarter, and it was 37-17 Nuggets at the end of one. The second, Bench played a great stint. Bench really played well in that first stint. You thought, man, this is going to be a 40-point butt whooping.
Yeah.
But instead, Jokic checked back in and dragged things down. The starters were really bad in that second stint. We go to the third quarter. Nuggets let it get a little bit close, but then made a lead, then blew it open. They finished the quarter strong with a Holiday 3 at the buzzer to push it to 86-79. Still felt like we were going to need a fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Still felt like, all right, played with their food a little bit. Still, they can still take care of business if they need. But instead, Jamal Murray, who had himself a pretty quiet, I would say unimpressive night, really woke up in the fourth quarter leading that bench unit. And they went on like a 15-0 run, man. Broke it open. Bench took care of business. Braun Taun was in full effect. That's your game recap. Dev, what did I miss?
What is this called? What is this segment right here called?
This is the Red Hawk Roofing Big Takeaways. My guy is saving me, man. I like it, saving me. Big Takeaway presented by Red Hawk Roofing.
So my big takeaway in this game was we did already speak about Wemby blocking Jokic on the first possession of the game. From that time on, it was fuck you mode.
Yeah.
Where he was just like, hey, I could set the tone. I could grab boards. I could do all these other things. But you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to score every single time that you guard me, every single time that you're on me. He finishes with 19 shot attempts in a game. That's not a Jokic versus Spurs game. but that's a game where he feels like I am going to challenge you and I'm going to make you better in this. Jokic gave a lesson in this game. 31 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. This was an aggressive Jokic game, and you don't lose when you get those aggressive Jokic games.
We think those are his stats. We're not sure. This game being played in Austin, the stats not exactly reliable throughout the game
Is
tonight.
Jokic an Austin guy?
What is he, an Austin guy?
Does he like Austin?
Would Yoke like Austin?
Well, if the stats are correct,
Or is he a
yes.
San Antonio guy?
Man, that's a good question. I'm really not sure. D-line, big takeaway.
31 points in 31 minutes.
My big takeaway, I spent time. I took out time from my day. I ISO'd early on in the pregame show to walk back my Victor Wembanyama takes.
That's right. You are a big Victor
Where you at now?
Wembanyama guy.
I think he stinks, kind of. I'm kind of going back in on the.
Yeah, that's
I don't,
5 peppers,
I don't
brother.
believe in Victor Wembanyama. Like, I don't know, man. Like, he's obviously skilled, but
He did not have a great night
I
tonight.
don't like
Yeah.
how he plays.
Think about it.
All I know is that every time I watch him play, I'm like, why is he playing like that? I don't
This
get
was
it.
a bad game for him, and he had 17 points,
I mean,
9
I know,
rebounds,
but it's like if he, I feel
3
like
blocks, and 2 steals.
I understand, but I just watched
Against
him,
the best
like,
player of all time.
I just want, but who went through his chest? Like,
He did.
just absolutely mugged him, mowed him down. When Jokic decided that it was like, as Dev so eloquently put, "fuck you" time. He just went. He just put his elbow
How
and his
many times
shoulder
are we going
into
to say
them.
that?
This one's not for the kids today, by the way. Plug your ears, children.
It's a Friday evening.
Whatever.
That is true.
I-
Don't listen to the
listen.
Friday show, kids.
Whatever. I'm going back on my hater take. I don't care. Let the world come to me. I can be the guy. I'll be him.
You're ready to saddle that responsibility.
I will be the Nick Wright of Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, man.
I'm fine with it.
Can I tell you something? Brilliant move. Honestly, brilliant move.
Thank you.
Because if you're right on this one, you're the only guy on earth that gets to, go against Victor Wembanyama. That's a great take.
Thanks, bro.
I love this one. We'll
Not-
see how it plays out.
Yeah, probably poorly.
I will
Well,
say,
you can ride that take until he wins a championship,
That's just it.
like Nick Wright did.
Nick Wright got a lot of runway
Man,
out of Jokic hate.
I can't believe we're stopping on this because I got to stop on it for a second. Nick Wright is so good at what he does.
Yeah.
He is so good at because Jokic wins, you're proven wrong. His ability to pivot out of it while still being a Jokic hater, but now he's hyping Jokic up as if he's as good, he'll never lose again. He's setting the moving goalpost so much further. He's really good at it, man. It's
All right,
annoying.
well, you and I have differing opinions on that, but okay. Well,
I'm saying you can be impressed with like.
I'm
I'm
not
saying-
impressed with it.
I'm saying, oh, this criminal is such a good criminal. I'm not trying to praise him. I'm just saying he's good at his craft.
I'm okay. My big takeaway from tonight is a continuation of a storyline that's been building over the last month. Christian Braun's playing incredible basketball right now. He looked incredible again tonight. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He hit 2 threes. Right now, Christian Braun, to me, is clearly the Nuggets' 6th best player. He's retaken the mantle in my mind as the 6th man of this team. Their 6th best player, their 6th most important player, and that is such an important development ahead of the playoffs. I feel so much better about this team when Christian Braun is playing like this.
Oh.
I really do, man. And he has looked like a different guy over the last month. It started right before the All-Star break. It obviously continued after the All-Star break. He looks like a better player now than he was last year. He's defending at an absolutely elite level. His offense looks the best it ever has. I mean, the confidence that he's shooting the ball with right now is pretty crazy.
Are you talking about the crossover through the leg, step back three?
I haven't even gotten to that yet, Adam. The ISO game.
He explored his game tonight.
But it's really the defense and the three-point shooting, the catch and shoot. He's looking like a real player right now. I mean, this is the best he's played all season, and this to me has just like raised the Nuggets' overall stock even more. I mean, Christian Braun playing like this is huge heading into the playoffs.
You talked about the defense. Do you think he's playing better defense than he has?
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the best defense he's played this
I
year.
think so too, but you
Absolutely.
disagree, so I want to hear why.
No, I don't disagree. I want it to be on record that
Okay.
he feels like
Absolutely.
his defense is a lot better.
I mean, the beginning of the season, we were disappointed with his defense. I think the Nuggets were as well. He was not playing up to his standard on that end, but something flipped for him. I mean, it feels like everybody's flipped the switch, since Nikola Jokic sent that text message. But his defense now, I feel like, is back to being elite.
This text message, by the way, Brian Windhorst was talking about the text message. It's going mainstream.
I know.
The text message around the world.
Dude, Christian Braun, a bit of a Colin.
That's a hilarious slip.
It's a great slip.
That's hilarious.
He's a bit of a colonizer, dude. He's just setting up Braun Towns all throughout this great country, dude. Now there's one outside Austin. We found out yesterday that there was one outside the greater Miami area.
We located the Brown Town in Miami. I don't know if you saw that on the last.
He's just setting up Brown Towns.
There it is, actually.
There's Brown Town right outside Miami.
Right there. It's been located.
In the Everglades.
That's where Kodak Black is from. You know Kodak Black? That's where he's from.
He's from Brown Town?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure that's where Riff Raff is from.
Riff Raff. Riff Raff is from there too.
Riff Raff is definitely from Brown Town.
This marks now 7 straight games Christian Braun has been in the positive. 7 straight games. If you look at it, +2, okay, then he was a +9, +12, +9, +12, +9, +7, and tonight I believe it was a +8.
Yeah.
That's a great sign that you're winning those minutes. I know some of those come with starters, but a lot of them are obviously bench. I would agree with Harrison in this one way. I am only excited about Christian Braun because I think he's not a good defender, but a great defender. And I think he understands his role and he stays within it. And then I'm hopeful that he's a better three-point shooter over time. Everything else to me is like I don't expect it.
It just doesn't really matter,
And this year almost reminds me of an extended Zeke Naji Summer League.
Oh, God.
Where it's like, all right, we're going to try to have you run backup point guard tonight. You remember they did that to him for a while? And try different things out, and I think he's looked bad. Now, some of this is on his own, and I actually think it was probably a little bit conscious of, I'm playing bad, but I know I can go back to doing the thing that I'm good at. I feel like since the All-Star break, he's like, okay, I need to go back to last year's Christian. I just defend. I take shots when they come to me, and that's what I do. And I agree with you. He's playing the best defensive that he has this year, and it reminds me a lot of the guy that helped him win a title in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. No, the first half of the season, you explore your game a little. You explore your offense a little bit. You see what else you have in the bag. I think there were some positives to that, but it was clear that that's not the guy he should continue to be the rest of the season. Now he's refocused. He's become the role player, the hustle guy, the intangible guy again, and that's who the Nuggets need in the playoffs from him.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that refocus part. I don't even know if it's like exploring your game. I think it's more of like the high expectation or just wanting to play in a different way.
Yeah, and there was a little expectation.
I think
for him
earlier
to do
in the year, the expectation was higher on him. He wanted to score more. He wanted to be the guy off of the bench, and then that comes with trying to do too much. I feel like now he is went back to himself, went back to the roots, broke himself down of, hey, what was it that made me special? What made me different? And I think it's that extra work, that extra effort, playing hard, doing all of the little things on the defensive end, which opens up the offense. This is one of his better offensive games, and it's because he had the steals. He got back to himself. So I think that it's more of just him owning, this is who I am. I don't have to be somebody that I'm not. So I think Christian Braun is becoming himself again.
I like that take. I think it's true. I think that's exactly what's going on is he's going back to his role. He's getting more comfortable in the narrowly defined role, and he's playing great. And I'm with you. It's very meaningful because the Nuggets, my big takeaway is that this Nuggets team is still locked in. And I know you're going to laugh at that because it was a shit sandwich. Quarters 2 and 3. Yeah. If I told you they were locked in, you'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They were locked in to start this game and built a 20-point lead.
We still ate.
And they were locked in to close this game, which is why they slammed the door in the fourth quarter. What was the fourth quarter? 31-27. Doesn't even do it justice. I bet the Spurs scored the last 10 points of the game just to make it look like that. But this team, to me, last year, they sprinted out the gate the way they did, and then they took their foot off the gas. The Nuggets don't appear to be doing that this year. This was a total trap game, second game of a road trip, easy to lose focus. It's in Austin, Malone's, all these different variables that make you think this game could be weird, and yet the Nuggets just took care of business early in this game and coasted the rest of the way. I think they're playing unbelievable basketball, and I'm going to go as far. My confidence has just risen with every game for the last 11. I'm going to go as far and say this right now.
Uh-oh.
The Nuggets starters are good enough to win a title.
Yep.
The Nuggets bench is the only question mark. And right now I have supreme faith in Christian Braun and Peyton Watson. You said you think Christian Braun's the second most important player. I actually don't know if I agree with that. We're splitting hairs over here. I think in the playoffs, Peyton is a better defensive player just in a vacuum, and that's the thing that matters the most. So I think in the playoffs, it'll be a little more important. But whatever, we're splitting hairs. Those two guys I have faith in. 7 of Denver's 8 playoff guys, I just feel like I'm ready, started up. That's a championship team, and they're going to win. That makes me feel real confident that the variables are actually shrinking for the Nuggets.
Dude, I don't feel like they're ever going to lose again. Is that good? Like
That does feel that way.
They are rounding into form in such. It's funny because they race out to a massive lead, and then they just get bored.
Yeah.
Like it's just they are in such command of their games at this point that they can just like they can turn their switch on and off during games now. It's not just like down the stretch like we're locked in now. It's like, all right, first quarter, let's smash them. Second quarter, this is boring. Third quarter, whatever. Fourth quarter, smash them again. It's just, I don't know. Like, what do you? I don't. You can't point at a weakness that the Denver Nuggets are showing you right now. Like their defense is on point. Their offense obviously on point. Their bench is rounding into form. Everybody's getting confidence. Like I don't know what you're supposed to do if you're the NBA. Like I really just don't know what you're supposed to do. Like the Denver Nuggets are so confident right now. I mean, I really don't think they'll. It is hard to imagine them losing right now.
They have tough games coming up. I mean, they have Mavs on Sunday. It's not hard for me to imagine them losing, but it is hard for me to imagine them losing a series, and that's what really matters. And right now, I just feel so good about him. Yoke tonight, I don't think he did anything rude to Wembanyama, but I do think that there was you watch this game, and you could be high on Wemby. You don't have to be like D-Line and completely sell, but you can be high on Wemby and still watch a game like tonight and be like, oh, that's right. It's not just talent. There's a lot of layers to all of this, and Wemby has a lot of lessons before he catches Yoke. Because Yoke he's like, get out of my way. Little hook shot.
Here's the first lesson: be stronger.
Be way stronger.
Stop trying to shoot from outside all the time.
13 of 19 from Yoke
Stop
tonight.
floating around the goddamn free throw line. Like you're 7'12". Like, what are you doing?
There was a little bit of Nikola Jokic teaching
just
going
through
some
his
lessons
chest,
tonight.
Dude.
You're like, oh, you gotta get a little stronger, bro. I'm gonna go
1%.
right through your chest. Oh, like watch us pass it up the floor without taking any dribbles and get a wide open dunk.
Yeah.
Dude, Wemby dunked on one person. Do you know who it was?
Zeke Naji?
Jay Huff.
Oh yeah, it was Jay Huff. Sorry, Zeke.
I missed that happen. I missed the last 2 minutes.
I missed it too. I just assumed it was Zeke.
Really, Jay Huff? That's incredible, man.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at Jokic's game, like this was there's levels to this type of game. Like I really do think that this was a game of lessons where Wembanyama is going to go back into this game and say, hey, I learned a lot about the game of basketball like the way that he played me. This was not a master class from Jokic. It wasn't. It was like hey, I'm going to just score on you every single time and just show you I'm a little bit better than you.
A little bit.
Every single time. So he's going to be able to learn things from this game. And I think that Jokic took this not personal, but it was just like, hey, you still have a lot to learn in this game, and I'm going to show you with this hook shot where you can't get to.
Right.
With these, up and unders, when I'm going to step out to the three-point line, just expanding his game in different ways. And I mean, I love that. I love that he's like an apprentice in that way of I'm going to teach you the ways, learn them.
I love it. I think it's true. Yoke has respect for play, and we know they come back. DeAndre Ayton, perfect triple-double, their first meeting. Ayton comes back. So Wemby, I do almost feel, this is crazy because I'm now putting thoughts in Jokic's mind, but I do feel like Yoke almost has a respect for the game where it's like, I got to show this guy how high the mountain
Totally does, dude. Yeah. It's like when Nick comes in and tells everyone how to do everything, and everyone's like, you gotta earn your stripes.
You gotta earn them, bro. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we're gonna get into all these players, player by player, including Jamal Murray. Very polarizing game from Jamal, I feel, based on our conversations with the panel.
Guys, Miller Lite. It's Miller time here at the DNVR Bar. We had an awesome Miller Lite watch party tonight. Gave away some tickets. a bit of controversy on the giveaway. I'll just leave it at that. But
Is it true?
It came from the same table.
It was pretty crazy.
Man, we gotta shake the thing more or something.
I'm not in charge of the
No,
giveaway.
there was like 40 different numbers in between.
Really?
It was just luck.
Yeah, okay.
Damn, that happens.
But we did give away 4 Nuggets tickets tonight, 2 pairs.
My cousin won like 6 shirts
courtesy
last
of Miller
year.
Lite. Yeah, there's been some controversies before. This isn't the first time. But shout out Miller Lite, an awesome light beer, my favorite light beer, super great tasting, not a lot of calories, only 96 calories, less filling. It's a light beer, but it actually tastes like beer compared to a lot of those other light beers out there. Miller Lite, they keep it simple, undebatable quality, great taste, only 96 calories as well. It's a light beer you can drink that you can actually enjoy drinking.
I can confirm. I'm enjoying drinking it right now. It's currently Miller time.
It is currently
Like
Don't you love this can
the
too?
clocks. Yeah, the clocks changed like a couple weeks ago to daylight savings
week.
and Miller time.
Yeah, we know. Oh,
Last week.
Yeah, but it turned to Miller time at that time too.
That
Did you
did,
realize
that's
that?
true.
Did you set your clock to Miller
I did,
time?
baby.
To Miller stand MST.
I'm
times
loving
change,
this,
but
by
you
the
can
way.
always enjoy the great taste of Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/DNVR, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories per 12 ounces. Also, check out Bet365. Did we do well on our bets tonight, Dev?
Sorta.
We did all right.
Okay.
We didn't get a last stint. That hurts every bet.
Did it not seem like the starters were going to come back?
Yeah, they did, but then this is the new
This might have
Michael
been
Malone.
the
This is the
lowest margin that Michael Malone has not brought the starters back in, don't you think?
And it paid
It
off.
could be like last game though, where maybe Yoke and Mike, he went to him and was like, check back in, and he said no.
It's like, nah, let J Huff cook.
We gotta let him spread his wings.
And Malone was like, are you sure?
Are you kidding me?
Are you sure?
We're in Austin. Just let him do it.
You can get a lot of great offers from Bet365 right now. You can do a first bet safety net where you can place a bet up to $1,000. If your bet loses, you still get a matched refund and bonus bets as well. Make sure to download the Bet365 app. You can use that QR code right there on the screen, or you can download it from the App Store. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Jamal Murray had 15 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, just 3 turnovers. He shot 6 of 16 tonight. Most of that came in the fourth quarter, though, Dev. Kind of a tough game to assess from him. What do you think?
I mean, I think that is rough coming off of the last game. He had 2 mid games in a row. He was playing really well. He was like in a flow, in a groove, and just playing like well. And for him to check himself out of the last game and in this game not really show up, I don't like the rhythm that it puts him in.
I mean, 15, 10, 8, and 3 is actually a pretty good stat line. It's just not scoring.
He tried for 1 quarter, though.
Yeah, I think it was the effort. Like,
Yeah,
I
you're
mean, we
right.
all
You're
got
right.
to see what was happening there. I just don't feel like he pushed himself or tried hard, and that was like the thing that we have been seeing in the last few games of him just looking like he's back in shape, looking like he has a rhythm, and trying to push like the cardio and just like working hard. I feel like he's back in shape, and we're not seeing it on the scoring. So I would like for him to get in more of a groove.
There's such a different approach in a lot of ways to how Nikola Jokic takes a game like this compared to Jamal Murray. Like, Nikola Jokic was out for blood in the first quarter, you know? Jamal Murray was shooting one-footed shots, like fading away. There's just a different approach to how those guys take games like this.
Have to wait to count it.
And the Nuggets are fortunate because, like, with Jokic, they can just go on his back and, you know, he can do all the heavy lifting. And then, you know, Jamal Murray did have a nice second half. But, yeah, I mean, he just wasn't really there in the first half.
Dude, he's never, ever, ever going to beat the bright light merchant allegations. Never.
Austin, lights were not bright enough out there in Austin.
Dude, the lights were weird. So keep Austin weird, dude.
I love your subtle river. They're so good. I'm okay with how he played tonight. Look, I rag on Murray a lot.
I mean, I'm fine with it, too. It's just, yeah, is what it is.
I mean, whatever.
Here's the thing. They were up 20 in the first quarter. He was sort of right to just kind of play manager at that moment. And when it got close in the fourth, he stepped up. So part of me thinks there wasn't a moment where it really felt like, man, come on, Nugs, you have to get it going. There was a couple moments.
For sure, yeah.
So I almost feel like if it would have got there, maybe he would have clicked it on a little bit earlier. He clicked it on when it mattered in the fourth quarter. And I think it was good. Michael Porter, 2 of 5 tonight from the three-point line, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. What stood out to you about his game?
That play.
Yep.
The play.
Yep.
Like, that's the one that stands out with Michael Porter Jr. in this game. The ball rotated. That was beautiful basketball. That was the beautiful game.
Well, you're saying when he dunked on Wemby, kind of.
I mean, he didn't dunk on Wemby, but yeah, when they rotated,
he dunked on Wemby, dude.
He dunked by Wemby.
Yo, he dunked on Wemby.
Wemby was in the vicinity.
well,
Put a pull out.
You know
did MPJ dunk on Wemby?
You know where
yes
Wemby
or no?
was? Underneath MPJ.
It was
Not trying to block the shot. That's where he was.
yeah, that
come
doesn't
on.
sound like Wemby.
Oh,
You have to
come
try
on.
to block a shot to be dunked on,
I don't know about that.
I honestly think it's close.
or be standing directly under the rim.
I think it's a dunk by.
I find that I say that he dunked on Wemby.
Yeah, but I mean that was the play that stands out for Michael Porter Jr. But also it's just great to like really feel like he is part of the offense. Like they try to run plays or sets to get him open, and also there's times that he like gets to freestyle. He gets to be himself and try to score. I just don't feel like he's been X'd out of the offense in a while. So, like, that's a big thing, even in a game like this where he doesn't shoot particularly well, but he is still part of the offense and finding his groove.
Dude, he's in such a rhythm. This is the best MPJ has played in a long time. Like, the fact he's just every night, he's playing consistently, which is just has been such a dream for years to just be like, man, if MPJ could just be, we've gotten these stints with him, and then an injury derails him, and then you work back up to get to this place, and it's like when he's here, you just remember why, and you just remember what it feels like to just have ultimate MPJ hype, where you just like give it to him, like let him shoot.
I love the way you said that. It is true because MPJ for most of his early part of his career, it was so much hype. Every time he did something, you were like, could he be the best player? Like, this is unbelievable. We don't have that anymore, but it is the rhythm that he is in. I agree with you, man. He is in such a groove.
He's playing the best he's played in years.
And on a night like tonight where everything was coming easy, he didn't force it. This is easily a night a guy could have been like, all right, this is my night to go. Continues not to do that. Who had the better night off, in your opinion?
Oh, man.
Aaron Gordon or KCP?
Or Brendan Vogt.
Brendan Vogt. Well, hold on. Aaron Gordon.
Did KCP even play tonight? I don't know.
He played 27 minutes. He had 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Aaron Gordon had 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Both of those guys, I noticed them very seldom.
Wait, who
tonight.
said KCP was going to eat?
I said he was. Well, hold on. 3 assists, 3 steals. 3 steals.
That's not eating,
Did
dude.
he
That's,
did not eat tonight.
that's a toppingless
I don't
cheese.
think
He kind of plus 4.
That's a
He ate a
toppingless
spare
pizza.
He
chicken
took
breast
food
from
away from
KFC
other
tonight.
people's plates.
KCP was definitely
He
just
tried
a
to
chicken.
order a chizza and got a piece
dude.
of piece of bread.
A pizza?
Breaded
Who's gonna eat
chicken.
tonight? Not us. Not from KFC.
Yeah.
Who got the easier night off? I guess I don't know.
Probably KCP. AG, I think he still might be in awe of Jokic heading the ball into the basket in the first quarter. I think he still is wondering how he did that. I just got to say this one thing about Michael Porter real quick. I saw this tweet come across my timeline yesterday. Ben Simmons has undergone a successful microscopic partial discectomy earlier today to alleviate the nerve impingement in his lower back.
Wait, a partial what?
Discectomy. This is a very similar.
Disc. I heard vasectomy.
Oh,
Then I,
no, not that.
He got a vasectomy.
That's
Mid-season.
That might actually turn his career around.
Yo, they're not. Those two things are not that far away from one
I
another.
love the idea that the Nuggets we're like MPJ out tonight vasectomy. He got a vasectomy.
No, Ben
Dude,
Simmons.
you want to talk about it? Like if not since Wilt, you know what I mean?
Ben Simmons got another discectomy. He's
Removing
had it
a disc,
before.
yes.
It's a similar surgery to the one Michael Porter Jr.'s now had 3 times.
Right.
And I saw that, and then tonight I see Michael Porter Jr. allegedly dunk on Wemby.
Man.
What does the poll say?
Yeah, let's see these results
Michael
here.
Porter, man, deserves so much credit for coming back from these injuries.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. It's
Yeah.
actually insane.
It's about 60% yes, 40% no, right?
All right, yeah, 40% are too afraid to live like champions.
And then there was like 40% are like telling the truth.
So
Too
true,
scared
man.
to live in the light.
All right, let's take a break on the other side. We will have a special guest on the show. Why not?
Empire today, if you need anything to do with new flooring, I don't know if you can see the floors here in the DNVR studios, but they were done by Empire today. They look beautiful, flawlessly done. They did it in record time, I was told as well. Empire
Like faster than feels like possible.
the best place to get new flooring. They have the best products. They have decades in the space. They know everything about flooring. So hit these guys up if you need any work on your floors, home, office, whatever it might be. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can get $350 off when they use the promo code DNVR. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/DNVR for details. Also, if you want to watch the Nuggets, check out Fubo TV. You get 140 plus live channels of sports shows, movies, and news. You can stream it from anywhere, on any device, computer, phone, tablet, whatever. Anything that you can download the Fubo app on. No contracts, no cables, no hassle. You can just sign up and start watching. You can hit that QR code right there on the screen, or you can go to FuboTV.com/DNVR. Sign up with the code DNVR at that link. Get 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. Watch the Nuggets, watch the Avs, tons of other sports as well. Fubo TV, it's a great option.
Dude, I'm a big Fubo guy.
Yeah, me too.
You watch it on your phone. Like that
is a
every
great
now and
feature.
again, I'll feel like I need to hit the snack shack upstairs. The snack,
that what happens?
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, I don't want to leave the Nuggets.
That's
so
true,
then
you
I
just walk
watch
up.
it on
And
my
how
phone.
nice it is you don't have to click through all those illegal pop-ups that are giving you viruses.
Yeah, you'd have to get a discectomy if you got too many.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome a special guest onto the panel, Spencer Hayes.
Hello, everybody. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
You got to work on that.
You might recognize her from the air horn
got to work
earlier.
on that.
Yeah. I'm working on it. I'm developing it. I will do better next time.
Explore it
Brendan's
a little
out.
Brendan's out, dude. I've been
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on my fake air horn the entire time, and it gets worse.
It's one of those things,
My
yeah.
air horn's going down.
Exactly. You know, I'm getting older. I'm getting wiser.
God.
I will get better.
So tell us your assessment of the game tonight. Give us your just overarching thoughts.
I love when the Denver Nuggets are passing.
Okay.
When we're passing the way we are, my mom even texted me. I've gotten my mom into the action.
I love it.
And
It's a
when
good
you're,
take.
yeah, right before Michael Porter Jr.'s big dunk, I think they had 4 passes. No one wanted the ball, and I just don't think there's any other team as unselfish as we are sometimes. Which I feel like they do have egos, personally.
NBA
they
players,
said
that's
it-
weird.
And behavior when they're in media interviews. Anyway, no, it's just impressive to watch them set it aside sometimes during the games, like Jamal did last game, and he let Reggie have his shine. I just think there's no way to beat us in a 7-game series when they're doing that. I mean, no other teams do that, I feel like.
It's so funny too because it feels like such a low bar. The Nuggets do it so effortlessly.
Yeah.
This idea of being unselfish and
100%.
stuff. And I love that you brought up the passing. They had 37 assists tonight, which is massive. Anything over 30 is good. 37, that's like getting up there to one of the top of the entire season. And if you look at it, they had 44 games ago. They had 35, 34, 36. This has actually been the norm, D-line. These you know how Lawler's Law was first team to 100 wins,
Yep.
but now in this era it's like 110.
Yes.
We have to
4 points,
raise
yeah.
it. 30 assists might no longer be the bar for a good game for the Nuggets. It might be like 34.
Yeah.
They are, as you like to point out, like they really are in many ways the reincarnation of the Spurs.
Let's
of the
talk about this.
the Tim Duncan
Let's
Spurs.
talk about this.
They really are playing in such a way. The Nuggets are the embodiment
so
of their best
hyped.
player, which is Nikola Jokic, the most unselfish superstar. It permeates their entire culture. It permeates all of their play style. It makes other players bend to the will of playing ethical basketball, playing the right way. They've all bought in. They have no other choice. Like, how do you not follow the greatest player any of you have ever played against or even seen in person?
Right.
And it just has now manifested itself in such a way that they are playing basketball in such a fashion that it's like it has nothing to do with whether or not Jamal Murray has a good night or whether or not MPJ has a backectomy or is hitting it from the three or is doing like whatever the F it is. Like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, there is 18 different routes to victory, and they have such a substantive and substantial strategy in place at this point that, like, what do you do?
Well, the beautiful thing about the fact that the Nuggets won a championship with Nikola Jokic and playing the style of basketball that Nikola Jokic has ushered into Denver is that if you don't play unselfish, if you don't move the ball,
you get traded to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Hey, he played well the other day. Did you see
Just sit on
both?
the bench.
Yeah, he played well the other
I'm
day.
telling you, he's a player.
Play Jokic ball, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you look like a fool.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing if you don't play that way? And that's something that's been set in Denver that I think actually might outlast Nikola Jokic here in
Nuggets
this city
culture.
with this
culture.
organization. This is how the Nuggets play. And if you don't want to play like that, just leave and they'll find somebody who does.
Yeah.
And I love that aspect of it where, like, this is how basketball should be played. This is how we play it. And if you're not with the program, like, you don't know ball, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think Wemby's good.
This is why I love the comparison, because last year the Nuggets were their own team. I don't need to compare them. And I know some people, I got like a message the other day saying they hate the comp to the 2014 Spurs. Here's why I love it.
How could you hate that?
I don't know. People have the weirdest things that they like really latch onto and like, stop comparing them. But here's what I like about the Spurs. One, the ball was popping. That team found perfect harmony. Harmony is the word I would use to describe this Nuggets. They just have found this perfect harmony where they all sort of bring out the best and fit together. But here's why I like the comp. That year, coming out of the All-Star break, they were, the Spurs, 38-15. 38-15. That's not too far off of what the Nuggets were going into the break. They won like 3 in a row, then dropped one, and then they won 19 in a row going down the stretch of that season because they had all year were working towards this rhythm and then just found it, locked in, and looked unbelievable. 19 straight wins they had. I don't know if the Nuggets are going to get to 19. But they look like that, where you're watching it and you're like, man, this looks easy. That harmony, that rhythm, that connectedness looks easy. It doesn't look like they're trying to find it. It looks like it's their default setting. That was the Spurs of 2014. They went in the playoffs and played some very good teams. They went 7 with Dallas in the first round, if you recall. But they were such a connected team, but in every important game, including the finals, they looked unbeatable. And I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know, man. I kind of have my expectations really high right now. I'm letting my heart run wild at the moment where I'm like,
we're a disaster.
We're a disaster. We're ready. We're setting ourselves up for disaster. But I'm just saying, I look at this team and I go, when they reach these heights, it's beautiful. And I think they're going to reach those heights in the playoffs. And people are going to look at them and go, this team's talented, but that team is connected.
Yeah.
I feel like the Spurs haven't bought into that. I feel like Wemby right now is their Nikola Jokic.
This current Spurs, not even close. I'm talking about the old school Spurs.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I feel like that's their problem. Is our team? You know, they become unselfish with Nikola Jokic, and they know even our friends on the G League, Colin Gillespie knows when he comes in, his job is to get it to Nikola Jokic.
That's true.
And I feel like today the Spurs team looks at the mismatches on Wemby. And they decide to play hero ball instead of getting the ball to Wemby because you know he can score.
They haven't been enlightened yet.
They haven't bought in yet.
Everyone is a mismatch for Wemby, and he doesn't take advantage.
It's amazing.
He doesn't take advantage.
It's sad, really.
He is again from the scene from Swingers. He's like, I don't understand. You're looking at this bunny. You have these claws. How do I kill this bunny with these claws? Like Wembanyama, you're 7'12", dude.
To your point, Adam.
Eyes above everybody.
I'm thinking, and I've been thinking along the lines that you have recently, especially with the bench's resurgence here since the All-Star break. with how good Christian Braun and Peyton Watson look and how locked in this team has been. The common narrative out there is, the West is so much tougher than it was last year. There's no way the Nuggets go 16-4 again.
Right.
I think the West is better. I don't think it's as tough as people are saying it is. It is a little better than last year, though. I'm talking myself into the Nuggets like breezing through the playoffs at a level they did last year.
We're at a disastrous
They're
place
that good. And I just know
everybody.
if the Nuggets lock in like we know they can, if they play up to Nikola Jokic's standard, they absolutely can go 16-4 again. They absolutely can. Their biggest opponent is themselves. If they play the right way and they play how they should play, they should go 16-4 again on the way to another championship.
They were so good in the playoffs last year, but they weren't in the regular season. I know no point in the regular season that I feel like that team has a rhythm and a connectedness that I was certain was going to show up in the playoffs. They had good games because they're a talented team, but I didn't see the sustained 11. What are we at? 12 games now out of the break?
Yeah, they're 11-1.
12-game sample size. I don't think we had a 12-game sample size last year of the team where the ball just popped every night.
Because at this point last year, they were done with the regular season.
But it could have happened earlier in the year, but it didn't. I'm saying 12 games. We've seen it. Last year we saw it for 5, and we were like, okay, we've seen enough. We've gotten 12 games of this.
But because they have not locked up the 1 seed.
I agree. But my point is more that I didn't know if last year they had it in them to do that.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
But now when you see it 12, and if they keep going 13, it just keeps extending. And that was my point about the 2014 Spurs, is it looked like rhythm became the default setting. They weren't trying to find a rhythm. It's just they woke up in rhythm. And I think the Nuggets are starting to get to a point where they wake up in rhythm.
Yep.
And that's a great place to be. Spencer, I'm going to ask you this one because Wemby his nickname seems to be the Alien. Do you like that, by the way?
Oh, good. I've been waiting for this.
Could be better.
I don't mind
it's
it.
great. I love it.
But my question for you is, which Nuggets player do you think is most likely to have seen an alien or believe that they have been abducted or encountered an alien?
Yeah.
Which Nuggets player do you think is most likely to hold this
I have
belief?
my answer.
J Huff.
Dude, J Huff has big alien guy vibes.
He did encounter an alien on that poster
He has
dunk
big
tonight.
conspiracy vibes, I feel like.
You think he has conspiracy
He
vibes?
does. He looks like the one that is like, I know what happens.
I agree with this, actually.
He's like, I know what happens in Area 51.
Yeah, he's like, I was on this Reddit thread last night.
For hours.
Yeah.
On my way to the G League assignment. Yeah.
Dude, how about our guy last week at the takeover, the J Huff's biggest stand, J Huff jersey?
Okay, I watched. That was amazing. Incredible.
Did he and
Unbelievable
D-Line fight?
No.
I was so
Did
proud
you
of
see
them.
this guy?
Of course.
J Huff's biggest fan
J
versus
Huff guy.
biggest
This guy,
skeptic.
I hung out with him at the Squire.
That's right. He was a
all
Squire
night.
afterwards.
Yes,
That's
dude,
right.
and I gave his mullet a 9.5.
That's pretty good.
That's good for you. You and your hair rankings?
It's all perfect. Hey, so tell me who you have a take here.
I think it's Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson to me looks like a guy.
That's a good one.
First off, he grew up in Colorado Springs, where there's a lot of stuff that you don't know.
That's true. Military.
The military stuff out there we
There
don't
are
know about.
There are things there that are not always reported, and there's a lot of flying objects, be them identified or unidentified.
That's right.
Reggie
If you've been to
Jackson.
Colorado Springs, you know there's not much happening out there.
I've been to Colorado Springs, and I go there. Well, you know what? We have viewers there.
Colorado Springs is beautiful. First of all, Colorado Springs is
It is
beautiful.
beautiful.
No, I know.
I
That's what I
saw
was
the
going to
biggest
say.
deer in
Easy to
my
hide
life
stuff
there one
there,
time.
though.
Unbelievable
That's
deer.
exactly what I was going to say. Anyway, yeah, it's Reggie Jackson.
What's
No,
school?
but
Shouts to the Springs.
But
That's
this,
my place.
this came because I tweeted that MPJ clearly not scared of aliens when he dunked over Wembenyama.
But I'll bet he is scared of aliens. Though.
I like to call
think
him
he
Jack
is.
He's scared of aliens because MPJ has seen an alien.
That's what. So it's MPJ.
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
has definitely seen an alien before.
You're
He
probably
might
right.
have
dude.
hung out with them.
Like he's
once.
holding a secret story. He's afraid
Yeah.
to tell
Dude,
anyone.
right,
Like,
He's curious enough.
but he,
Oh, yeah.
curious enough.
He saw one
He's
and
definitely
then he
interested.
did a lot of research on them after.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
What was Aaron Gordon painting the other day when he was showed up with
Oh, the
paint all over his
astronaut.
fingers?
Yeah,
An
astronaut.
astronaut statue.
Oh.
I think AG's kind of a spiritual person.
Oh, very,
No one's-
very
I
much
think
so,
AG
yeah.
is like a celestial person. I would say
Yeah.
it's like
The higher being
I think
type.
he might have like channeled alien. You know, like that guy communicates
Yeah.
to the alien.
I agree.
No one's mind is more open than AG.
It's so open.
I can see him just meditating before a game. Like I can just.
Do you think he has an alien or UFO themed tattoo? He has a lot of tattoos.
Probably, yeah. He's got to have one.
I feel like they're all hidden under the jersey.
I like an alien tattoo.
Okay.
For those
Do you have one?
Good to know.
No, but I'm
Hot
saying
take.
when
Hot
somebody has like a little
Thank you
UFO
for
or
sharing.
something, a little flying saucer, I'm like, that's cool.
Just for people keeping score at home, Adam loves
I've never seen an alien.
Loves dinosaurs, likes birds, likes
The big
alien
dinosaur
tattoos.
that eats grass.
Adam definitely was like an OEM kid, or would be left in a
What is
library.
OEM?
Odyssey of the Mind.
Oh yeah, that's OEM. you're
I
calling?
probably said that
What
wrong.
is it?
Okay, I was like, all right, yeah, Odyssey of the Mind. By the way, I shouted Odyssey of the Mind out the other day. Somebody wrote me an email and was like, hey man,
Sounds
thanks
like-
for the shout out. I was like, hell yeah.
That sounds very Colorado of you.
Yeah, I was an Odyssey of the Mind as well.
What did you do?
We had to. I'll write about it. It'll be a Die Hard article.
We had
your
to, because
first
you had to
article.
like create some kind of motor, and we sucked at engineering, so we made this like play where it was an animal toe. It was really dumb.
Dude, it sounds
I feel
like
like it
we
was
did the same
against
one
the rules.
where you had to send clothes around the circle.
No, it was an obstacle course, but it wasn't closed. But yeah, you had to make like a shopping cart go.
We
or
made
something.
remote control cars look like chickens. I don't want to get into the whole
old
thing,
are
but
you
it was
guys?
it was
Yeah,
good.
where-
Did you
where
not
did
do
you guys go to
elementary
They
school?
didn't have Odyssey of the Mind in Boulder?
No.
I've never heard of this
Odyssey
ever.
of the
This
Mind.
must be a West Coast thing.
It was for the smart kids.
Yeah,
Sarah.
it's like it's sort of an advanced.
Maybe it wasn't for
sort of
everyone.
situation.
So
West Coast. Gotta be West Coast.
let's take a break on the other side. I'm sure we have some super chats. Actually, I don't know. Do we have super chats? All right, there we go.
Guys, if you need tickets to concert shows, sporting events, hit up the Game Time app. It's our go-to for Nuggets tickets, Avs tickets, whatever sporting event in Denver. Also concerts, shows, other stuff as well. They got everything on Game Time. Game Time really easy to use. A lot of ticketing sites out there. Complicated, not really good to bring up on your phone. Some of them are kind of sketchy too. Game Time, always legit. Last minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, great prices, and super easy to buy the tickets on there as well. They have tickets, or they have deals on tickets right at the start of the event, even an hour after it starts as well. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, create an account, redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Also, shout out to our friends over at Illegal Pete's. This episode brought to you by Illegal Pete's. They have a new location in Wheat Ridge,
Oh hell yeah!
just outside of Denver. Awesome spot in Gold's Market Place on the corner of 26th and Kipling, overlooking Crown Hill Park. They got all the good stuff there: burritos, tacos, quesadillas, whatever you want. Illegal Pete's has it. Of course, they have a bar there as well, so you know you can post up, grab a marg with your burrito. Nothing better than that. Check out Illegal Pete's, your spot for burritos, buddies, and beer.
Do you want to see an alien? Like if I gave you that choice, or is
Absolutely
that like
not.
No? You would choose no, not knowing anything
I
else.
know that they're there.
Yeah, okay, that's all you know?
I know that they exist. I'll stay here.
I'm
down
so
on
curious.
This is the way I feel about a Costco.
You know, like the movies in the early 2000s, though, when they like
Which
it was
movies?
in the future and they were living like Xenon. That
No.
was like my generation.
Really?
But they were like living on a base in like space.
Yeah.
And they were like growing up. That could, like I would never want to do that.
Yeah.
Or like what is it, Wall-E?
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Nice,
I'm
nice
not
change
gonna
of
be-
direction.
That was not what I was picturing. Was
I'm
whatever
just
the
saying,
other-
I'm not going to be the human on the planet trying to find somewhere else.
Yeah.
There used to be a show. Do you remember the show Earth 2? Do you remember this show?
I
It was
actually
like
do.
a sci-fi show they
I
had in the
actually don't.
90s. No, it's called Earth 2. Nobody will remember this, actually. It was very good.
I don't remember it.
You don't remember it? Any final thoughts before we get to Super Chats on the Nuggets? I just feel like this was a ho-hum game, man. Like, part of me goes, the Nuggets are routinely whipping ass
That's
right now.
the thing. It's like we want to, like, it feels like we should talk more about the game, but like, what do you like? The Nuggets are just way better than the Spurs. They
A
are
lot better.
clicking. They are vibing. They are giving us everything we need to see. They are answering all questions. The Denver Nuggets, every Nugget's good. They're all good. They're all good. What do you want?
I will say this. Here's one angle, and I know we've talked about this ad nauseum. Jokic is so clearly the MVP right now that you're starting to see the toxic narratives show up just because people are bored. People,
so
and I'm
bored.
telling you, as a guy that does multiple shows a day now, podcasting, it's hard coming up with content. And I'm telling you, this is why it happens. People are like, what are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about how Jokic shouldn't be the MVP because they just don't have anything. But it's so clear that he is.
Yeah,
now.
you say that, but I'll also bring up that I want to talk about SGA stat padding a little more.
Yes.
I feel like that should be a topic that is brought up every day, so we can keep harping on that.
He's a great player. Come on, guys. What are we doing here?
It's-
Come on.
Dude, I have my own. am launching my own campaign that I want everyone to get on board with, and I want to
hear
see
it.
how quickly or what kind of power we actually wield in this world.
The basketball gods are always watching.
I want Michael
They are.
Malone
That's
to
a
win
fact.
Coach of the Year. I don't understand why Michael Malone is not being considered for Coach of the Year. Michael Malone has never been given any accolades. He's never been recognized in any way. He's
never
built this
even
team.
mentioned.
He has built
Never.
this team step by step. He has created the culture that the Nuggets play under. He has enabled Jokic to be the general on the floor. It's not a given that Jokic would find this play style under just any coach. Michael Malone has created such an impenetrable, such a bulletproof basketball culture, and because he didn't have that one flash in the pan year, he's never going to be recognized. I don't know what it takes. If the Nuggets finish in first place and are the reigning champs, how do you not say he's not the best coach in the NBA? It is infuriating to me, and it feels like just like another slight. Michael Malone, #Moach of the Year. Like, I want to make some ripples here. I want people to start talking about
Start
this
it
because we
up.
won't
100%.
stop. We won't stop
You need a
yelling
Moach
about
shirt
it.
then.
I'm going to make one.
Well, someone tweeted yesterday that I
Moach
don't
of the
think
year.
any fan base likes their coach. And every Denver fan came out of the woodwork
Exactly.
to talk about Moach.
That's
because we
awesome. Great
love our
point.
coach. I think every Denver fan
Yeah.
has something good to say about our coach.
Yeah, that's
No
awesome.
one else does.
That's a
awesome.
great
He should be
take.
coach of the year.
Moach of the year, man. I do like
Moach.
it.
#Moach of the Year.
Moach of the
Hashtag
year.
Moach.
It is curious that he gets no credit. And actually, the Nuggets are very curious. They're the reigning NBA champs.
Yep.
They are now currently once again the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And they have one player that's an All-Star. No other All-Stars. No
Right.
coach.
They
of the
had
year.
two representatives at All-Star Weekend,
One was
Nikola
Colin
Jokic and Colin Gillespie. Shout out to the G League All-Star game.
Very curious that it really does. And like, look, I love it, and I honestly think it is like pretty deserved that Jokic gets the
Yeah.
lion's share of the credit. But it does almost feel in some weird way that it is too far. Like
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
like, hey man, he deserves as much credit as he gets.
Well,
he doesn't deserve any less. But it does mean that other guys do deserve some, and they're
It's
almost
like
not getting
if
it.
Michael Malone is not Coach of the Year and the Nuggets don't have another All-Star, then Nikola Jokic really is the greatest player of all
Yeah.
time.
No debate.
Like, you can't have it both ways.
Dude, Phil Jackson won Coach of the Year in '96, coaching the Bulls.
Yeah.
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 Steve Kerr has won Coach of the Year, coaching
Yeah.
Steph Curry
Yeah.
and the Splash Brothers. Like,
Something that Michael Malone should absolutely get a ton of credit for this year. There are a couple things. One of them is, winning this many games with
Yeah.
a bench made up primarily of, Christian Brown,
No
a second-year
depth.
guy, Peyton Watson, a first-year guy, Zeke Naji, and Justin Holiday / Julian Strawther. That's a nice accomplishment. But also, having the Nuggets and keeping them this locked in for really the entire season. They've
The
been pretty
whole-
locked in all year, coming off a championship. That's very tough to do.
Dude,
that's very tough to do.
I feel like he nurtured that unselfish
absolutely
and
culture.
he is so good because he can keep a group locked in like
Yeah.
that.
this really started. I mean, I felt like this in the beginning of the year. I thought for sure they would be a year behind like they always are and be like, okay, Coach Malone, you won the title. Like everyone's retort to this is like, well, it's all counted on what preseason expectations are, and whoever outperforms preseason expectations. Did they expect the Nuggets to win the title last year? Like, it looks
No.
stupid that Mike Brown won last year. Michael Malone did a much better job. And the thing about it is, like, a few games ago when Jamal Murray just opted to take himself out because he wanted the bench to have some shine, and the things that are very intangible, that are emblematic of a healthy culture are all things. And then Michael Malone gets on. He's like, I have 2 daughters and 18 boys. And like, he just the way that he talks about his team and the team feels about him is remarkable. In a pro setting, it is remarkable. And it makes me sick that, well, he'll never, ever get recognition from it because...
He will, though. He will.
We'll
I
see,
just feel
man.
like everything's late. Everything's slow.
Yeah, but
I do find it curious that he had zero support or any of that, you know. You know what I think would change that, though? If he came on the show.
Yeah, you're right.
If he came
Moach
on
of
the
year,
show,
dude.
Moach, if you want Coach of the Year,
Moach of the show.
He might
That's all
actually
you have
win
to
it
do.
if he came
If you
on.
come on the show, here's what happens, and it goes viral. You know, he says something, it goes viral. The next thing you know, on First Take, they're like, you know, Michael Malone said he thinks he deserves consideration. Is he right? Yes, he is. The whole panel agrees, and then there's momentum. The odds change. Am I wrong?
It's not easy. Like, we've done it before. We can do it again.
We can do it again,
So
man.
simple.
I mean, we have gotten a Nuggets
Bones?
rookie on one of the all-rookie teams.
What was the hashtag on that one?
All rookie bones.
All rookie bones.
Like, we did that.
Hashtag Moach of the year.
I like
the
it.
year.
All right, let's get to Super Chats. Let's start getting through these Super Chats. What do we got?
Me?
You want me to do it? I'll go.
All right.
J Bund Truck. Okay. Nugs are now 1-0 when Screaming Girl Danae attends.
Yeah, there was a lot of chatter
Danae?
on the broadcast
We
about
can't
this
always-
screaming girl.
We can't always hear all the audio, so
Yeah.
we don't exactly know what the story is. But they kept going to a girl, and I think that is apparently
She
she
must
was
have been
screaming.
screaming,
the whole
yeah.
time.
Was it
There
the
often.
blue-haired one or the other one?
It was the other one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm using contextual clues. I assume that's what happens.
I like the bright hair.
We know this now. Yeah, we know.
I call it the coffee barista look.
That is a coffee
that's
barista.
good.
Look. You're right.
That
in,
is
in
good.
Austin. That's called a
That's
just
tax
yeah.
preparator. Tax
But
prepare.
like,
You know your
not-
coffee is going to be
yeah.
good when someone
But
with
like not
Yeah.
Starbucks barista.
no
Like local
coffee
shop
shop
barista.
that charges
yeah.
$13.
That's good.
Scarlett Johansson in Lost in Translation. She has the wig on.
Yes.
Very,
Yeah.
very attractive. Very
Okay,
attractive.
add
look.
another thing to Adam's list.
Add it to the list, baby.
CJ
We
Jones,
know your
my
type.
best friend. We are now 0.5 games better than last year's Nuggets.
Hell yeah.
46-21. 58 wins coming in hot.
Bro, it's gonna come down to this, isn't it? Damn it, I haven't even thought about this.
I have thought about this when
Well,
I
I
got
thought about it a
upset-
long time ago.
When I got even more
Yeah.
upset about Coach Malone not being considered is that he might lead the team to its franchise
that's
win.
a big thing.
Franchise.
That's
Yeah,
a big thing.
That's
that
a
would
big
help.
marker, man.
58 wins coming in hot. Let's go. ESPN in love with the Nuggets now? Question mark. Milkbag.
Milk thing.
Milk bag.
Man, you know what? That's a great take. That's a narrative. All
Yeah.
these things are just narrative. That 58 wins is a narrative, and I guess according to his math, we're on pace.
Spencer, do you know what a mukbang is?
I know what a mukbang
Okay,
is.
good.
I'm
She's
26.
online, dude. She's online, dude.
I'm online. I'm with the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. She knows
I
what
thought
I'm
it said milkbang at
We were
first.
trying to
Well,
do
it has developed
It did say
into
I'm
a
just
milkbang.
surprised.
We were trying.
It went from mukbang to milkbang a couple
Milkbang.
shows ago.
The
No,
fella-
I watched the show. I'm active.
Dude, the
Okay.
fellas were trying to do a cheetah mukbang earlier.
We were.
I saw, yeah, I saw
Yeah.
I
We
heard
were.
that they canceled the order.
It was
It's a whole thing.
Joel Clem, 15. Got LOL at Murray having more rebounds and assists than Jokic. Well, he did play like an extra 10 minutes.
He
more
did
than
close
Jokic.
the game, which I
He
thought
closed
was
the
He
game.
only
interesting.
played 3 more minutes than Yoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Whatever.
Good game. Joe in Philly, thanks, homie. Fourth quarter minutes by CB Pewat Zeke Holiday. French kiss. A French kiss
Mwah.
is not what you. That's not what that. You want
Chef's
a
kiss.
you want a chef's. A French kiss is what you do to Wembenyama when you dunk on him under the rim.
Maybe he wanted a French kiss, though. I got
That's-
that.
that's
It makes
cool.
sense.
Maybe that's
Fine
what he
with
was
me.
thinking about.
Volta Dumar, $5. Thank you. Not going to argue with Harrison's take on Christian Brown, but how about Peyton's pull-up midi? There's something there. No
Yo, we
ceiling
didn't
on
even
this
talk
kid.
about this,
man.
and we should.
The midi is alive,
You know what the midi, though, he's great at? 8 feet.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a short midi.
which is a tough shot.
It's
man.
a tough shot. But
That's
it's a
tough
valuable shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's especially the fadeaway midi.
Yeah, you're right. It
Dude,
is
he's
a
shooting
fadeaway.
100% on those. I
Pivot
swear.
fadeaway. But yeah, I mean, that's his shot right now. Like
It is.
that's his go-to move.
It is.
Peyton has such an interesting summer. Look, there's a championship to win, and they need him to win it. But get through that. There's a very interesting summer for him.
Yeah.
He has a lot of potential he can tap into this summer.
Absolutely.
The homie, 5-ish. MPJ appreciation post. Since the All-Star break, his shooting splits are 55, 42, and 93, and is averaging 19.9, let's just say 20 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 1.6 assists per game. I would have left that assist one off. That's not that impressive.
Well, almost two. Almost two.
That's pretty good for him, D-line.
Yo, he's been money.
He has been money.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. has been money every single night.
I mean, 50, 40, 90. He should be 50, 40, 90. I'm glad he is right now.
I feel like he's gearing himself up to redeem himself from last year's finals.
All right.
You're right.
Yes, you are right.
Vote entered the chat. He actually defended really well in that series.
Chunk Dickwell's burner.
Did you see that read?
$5. Milk that Wemby take.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
What do you call 12 millionaires around a TV watching the NBA Finals? The San Antonio Spurs.
Boom, roasted. Got him.
I don't get it.
Chuck Dickwell, they say they're not.
I don't think. I don't think Jeremy Sohan is going to watch them. Mr. Tembo. Denver Nuggets still undefeated in the Milk Bang era, dude.
They are.
It is, dude. The Milk
We're like,
Bang
what are we
era.
going to call this stretch? It's the Milk Bang.
The
era.
milk bank.
What are we going to call this chapter? It's the Milk Bang.
I hope this catches on to the point where he like ruins this for everybody.
almost
Astray,
ruined it for
the
me.
homie, 15. Thanks, homie. Have the time of my life in Mexico and return to Pennsylvania to more Nuggets wins. We're going back to back. Side note: how close is Malone to Mo's win record now, and can or will it be reached before the playoffs? I actually don't know that.
I didn't think it was that close.
That's a great question. I do love how the super chatters just need to keep us updated on their daily life.
I love it,
Their
dude.
travel plans.
Yeah,
These are
Astray
homies.
was just in Mexico. He's back home in Pennsylvania
I'm
now.
jealous.
I often find myself wondering
quality
what
time.
our homies are up to. I love the update.
I do love it. Yeah, I want to know what is going on here.
So,
So,
like, just send
10
some
away
pictures.
from George Karl. Well, see, now it'll be 9 away from George Karl. And it looks like 18 away from Doug Moe. So I don't think he can catch Doug Moe this year.
Right, they have less than 18 games left.
But if you add
Total, though.
But if you add playoff wins, he catches sub 7. So he can catch up between playoff wins and a regular.
wild.
But regular season number is the one
I'm
that's
saying, man,
hanging in the rafters. That'll be next year, though. That'll be next year.
This is another thing to take note of and to be appreciative of in this golden era. Jokic obviously being the number one thing. Coach Malone is going to be a coach that is spoken about forever in Denver.
Echoes through eternity for sure.
Matrix. Adam, love all your pods. Such high quality NBA content.
Thank you, man.
Need more all D KCP agenda push.
We need that too.
Though he had another great game tonight. Want Legs' opinion? Yeah.
I'll make sure I get that from him next time we talk.
What if
I
he's
will
just-
say I am hearing that take though. I am hearing the KCP. JJ Redick was championing it
Yeah.
on the show the other day on the broadcast.
Dude, what if
gaining
you're like?
some
What if you
momentum.
bring it up though on the show? You're like, man, what do you think about KCP? He's like, he sucks.
Yeah, he's not that guy, pal. No, Legs has good takes, so he'll be in on it.
Thor Johansson,
Wegler is the best, man.
Jokic message. I want to go on fucking parade again.
No. What did he say?
In the text message.
No. What did Yoke say at the parade?
He says, I want to stay on effing parade.
I went to
He
stay
might.
on parade.
We all think he's joking it all the time. He's not
No.
joking.
No.
He didn't say I
He
want
lo-
a
he
parade. He
loved
said I
that.
want to stay on parade.
It just
Right.
keeps going, and that
He's never told a lie. He's
Never.
never joking. He's always. You have to listen carefully. He wants
Face
to
value.
stay.
Face value.
He wants to stay on parade for a decade.
Bashir Daoud. Has Zeke earned playoff minutes yet, or not quite? No,
not quite.
No.
Not quite.
Mostly because it's not needed.
It's not gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be a no from me, dog.
He's
Dylan
playing better
McLeod.
though. He is playing better. We
Absolutely.
have not lamented Zeke Najee's minute.
Whoa! Wow! 99.99 from Dylan McLeod. I'm going to round that up to a cool 200. I just got off a plane and missed the game, but nearly every nugget is good.
That's what
Correct.
people are
That's-
saying.
that's what people
Lots
are saying.
of people are
I've
saying
heard
every
that.
nugget is good.
The Nuggets
It's
We
are
had no
almost
one to
good.
complain about tonight.
Just
No.
walking around the bar, everybody's saying it.
Nearly every nugget is good.
Yeah.
The only thing we had to complain about again tonight was Chitza. Chunk Dickwell's burner, $5.
He's back, or she.
Breaking news. We finally found out what Joker's text to the team was. I asked my horse if we would lose. She said, nay.
I approve of this so
It was just like a dad joke in the
I
text.
approve of this so much. Good job,
Jokic
Chuck
would
Bigwell.
send that.
I
Jokic
feel like
would-
that is
Yeah, he
something you
would.
would say.
Everyone was so inspired by that.
Rob Stennett. $1.99 from Rob Stennett.
Thank you,
yeah.
Rob Stein.
You're the man, Rob Stennett. Steve, $10. Thanks, homie. With the win tonight, the Nuggets are now 11 wins and 15 games away from Malone becoming the winningest coach in Nuggets history, and the Nuggets setting the single-season wins record on the same night. Wow.
I'm telling you that
You
they're
wanna talk about a
they're
mukbang.
combining the two numbers. That's why I remember I was telling you is 18, but then
okay.
there's 7.
Yeah.
They're combining the two numbers. It sucks because that should be the number.
But it's regular
But it's
season.
not. It's the same. Like,
Doesn't
remember when we
count.
celebrated Yoke surpassing
Dan Issel.
Dan Issel, but then we
Rebounds.
didn't count the ABA ones. It was so weird. So weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. I
But
like it.
The fact that that's falling on the same night could be cool.
That is cool, though.
If that happens, we'd have to recognize
that's
that.
the-
I
Yeah.
hope we're not playing the Lakers.
I hope we are.
That's
Way funnier.
That would be the finale moop. Carlos Romero. $5. Thanks, homie. I played against Jokic when he was him and before I was me. And you know what I got torched in 3 quarters? Wemby.
that was good. That's a callback to Tim
Yeah.
Duncan. That's
That
great.
is good.
BJ Malaise. $2. Thanks, BJ Malaise. I did OTM, Odyssey of the Mind, 1 year and went to Nationals. Crazy. You have a
Wow, BJ Malaise. I like.
BJ
What? You have an impression of who this guy or gal is. It's a genius.
BJ
literal
Malaise is a
genius.
national
A smart
level
kid.
mind.
That's true.
I'm a local level mind. Rob Stennett, back.
I would have beat him in Deca, though. I'll tell you that
I'll
right
tell you
now.
that.
Nobody messing with me in Deca.
$5, thanks. For Christmas, my wife bought me tickets for first Nuggets game ever in Austin. Best team in the world, best wife in the world. All the wives are good.
Rob
like
Steady,
that.
coming in
Oh,
strong.
What about
man.
Kate Middleton? Oh my God.
Where is she?
She's alive. She's alive.
She might have seen an alien.
I think she's
She's the
might have
next
seen
guest
an
on the pod.
alien, for sure.
she definitely saw an alien. Joel Clem, 15. Malone, son of coach, wins of the year.
Wins coach
Son
of the
of a coach, wins of the year.
Wins coach of the year.
Oh, let me try a 4th time here. Malone, comma, son of a coach, comma, wins coach of the year.
There you go.
Prayer hands.
Got it. Nailed it.
That was a tough look for me just now. That wasn't even a very long
It happens,
message.
man. It happens.
It's the end of the show, no.
It is the end of the show. It's also the end of
Last
my
one,
career.
the homie, S2.
Williams,
He was in the house
two.
tonight.
He was in the
S2.
house tonight.
If KCP is not on an All-NBA defense team, we riot.
We riot.
I agree. We do
Riot.
riot.
Bro, we have
I
2
will riot.
agendas to really build up,
I
man.
know.
Moach of the year, KCP, first team.
KCP first team.
First team.
Hit that outro music, Kale. Did you already do it? All right. Spencer, you were a great guest. You filled in.
Thank you so much for having me on.
The chat is saying better than Dev.
It was. I figured.
Well, Dev
We don't
has
have to talk
left
about it.
the
Wait, is Dev
set.
gone? Oh, let's just
It's
talk
okay,
shit.
Dev.
He's left the building.
We can
Dev went
alternate.
home. This is throwback Dev.
I only did see him downstairs.
I know we look alike, guys.
Yeah, you look exactly alike.
Yeah.
So it's hard to differentiate.
Everybody has to
This
follow
is what
Spencer.
Dev does.
Yeah.
He loves having guests come
Yeah.
on and take his spot so he can just leave.
Yeah, he
Take a break.
this is the secret about
lapping
Dev
the
is
bar.
that you think he's being magnanimous, you think he's being friendly. He wanted
Right.
to go home.
Really, he's just trying to go home. and
He's
go to
out of
sleep.
here.
This
guys.
was Yoke tonight in the 4th quarter. He's like, I'll sit this
Oh,
one
he's
out.
down.
We have spotted Dev, yeah. He's taking
hanging out in the
Rocky
bar.
shots.
Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. We're off tomorrow. Saturday?
Saturday.
We got a nice little day off, but Sunday, it's a matinee. Sunday is St. Patty's Day.
Oh, God.
Did you not realize that?
No.
Sunday is St. Patty's Day. We have a 1:30 tip-off. The DNVR Bar opens, I believe, at 8 o'clock. We're gonna
I
have
saw the
all these-
specials. I saw
all
the
these
specials.
specials. Hey, real quick. This is to all of the couples out there. Bottomless mimosas.
Oh,
Why
God.
does that have to be for couples?
Because if you want to get in a fight with your significant other, you come and you get
Yeah, but if you're a
bottomless
single
mimosas.
female in your early 20s, bottomless mimosas,
Wait,
say no more.
You come and get in a fight?
Every time that bottomless mimosas are involved and couples
hear
are involved,
arguments?
I have seen an argument happen at some point or another.
So
This is
why
why
would
you
you
come with
want
your
people
friends.
coming here to?
We're doing a bit of a bit, but I'm just saying.
Eric is like the Jane Goodall of like human behavior at bars. He always has these little insights into it.
So you want
All right,
couples
don't
to
get
come?
the bottomless mimosa.
If you're in a
bottomless
couple- if you're in a
mimosas
couple,
and
do
get
not come
studied
here.
by D-Line, who's sitting over in the corner.
We all silly like the mayor.